Joining me for another day of a year in miracles, and it's Friday. Yay! So let's get started with workbook lesson number 95. Today's lesson is I am one self united with my Creator. Today's idea accurately describes you as God created you. You are one within yourself and one with Him. Yours is the unity of all creation. Your perfect unity makes change in you impossible. You do not accept this, and you fail to realize it must be so, only because you believe that you have changed yourself already. You see yourself as a ridiculous parody on God's creation, weak, vicious, ugly, and sinful, miserable, and beset with pain. Such is your version of yourself, a self divided into many warring parts, separated from God, and tenuously held together by its erratic and capricious maker, to which you pray. It does not hear your prayers, for it is deaf. It does not see the oneness in you, for it is blind. It does not understand you are the Son of God, for it is senseless and understands nothing. We will attempt today to be aware only of what can hear and see and makes perfect sense. We will again direct our exercises toward reaching your one self, which is united with its Creator. In patience and in hope, we try again today. The use of the first 5 minutes of every waking hour for practicing the idea for the day has special advantages at the stage of learning in which you are present. It is difficult at this point not to allow your mind to wander if it undertakes extended practices. You have surely realized this by now. You have seen the extent of your lack of mental discipline and your need for mind training. It is necessary that you be aware of this, for it is indeed a hindrance to your advance. Frequent but shorter practice periods have other advantages for you at this time. In addition to recognizing your difficulties with sustained attention, you must also have noticed that unless you are reminded of your purpose frequently, you tend to forget about it for long periods of time. You often fail to remember the short applications of the idea for the day, and you have not yet formed the habit of using the idea as an automatic response to temptation. Structure, then, is necessary for you at this time, planned to include frequent reminders of your goal and regular attempts to reach it. Regularity in terms of time is not the ideal requirement for the most beneficial form of practice and salvation. It is advantageous, however, for those whose motivation is inconsistent and who remain heavily defended against learning. We will therefore keep the 5 minutes an hour practice periods for a while and urge you to omit as few as possible. Using the first 5 minutes of the hour will be particularly helpful, since it imposes firmer structure. Do not, however, use your lapses from this schedule as an excuse not to return to it again as soon as you can. There may well be a temptation to regard the day as lost because you have already failed to do what is required. This should, however, merely be recognized as what it is, a refusal to let your mistake be corrected, and an unwillingness to try again. The Holy Spirit is not delayed in His teaching by your mistakes. He can be held back only by your unwillingness to let them go. Let us therefore be determined, particularly for the next week or so, to be willing to forgive ourselves for our lapses in diligence and our failures to follow the instructions for practicing the day's idea. This tolerance for weakness will enable us to overlook rather than to give power to delay of our learning. If we give it power to do this, we are regarding it as strength and are confusing strength with weakness. When you fail to comply with the requirements of this course, you have merely made a mistake. This calls for correction and nothing else. To allow a mistake to continue is to make additional mistakes based on the first and reinforcing it. It is this process that must be laid aside, for it is but another way in which you would defend illusions against truth. Let all of these errors go by recognizing them for what they are. They are attempts to keep you unaware you are oneself, united with your Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and in peace. This is the truth, and nothing else is true. Today, we will affirm this truth again and try to reach the place in you in which there is no doubt that only this is true. Begin the practice periods today with the assurance offered to your mind with all the certainty that you can give. I am one self, united with my Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and in peace. Then close your eyes and tell yourself again, slowly and thoughtfully, attempting to allow the meaning of the words to sink into your mind, replacing false ideas. I am one self. Repeat this several times and then attempt to feel the meaning that the words convey. You are one self, united and secure in light and joy and peace. You are God's Son, one self, with one Creator and one goal, to bring awareness of this oneness to all minds, that true creation may extend the allness and the unity of God. You are one self, complete and healed and whole, with power to lift the veil of darkness from the world and let the light in you come through to teach the world the truth about yourself. You are one self in perfect harmony with all there is and all that there will be. You are one self, the Holy Son of God, united with your brothers in that self, united with your Father in His will. Feel this one self in you and let it shine away all your illusions and your doubts. This is yourself, the Son of God Himself, sinless as its Creator, with His strength within you and His love forever yours. You are one self, and it is given you to feel this self within you and to cast all your illusions out of the one mind that is this self, the holy truth in you. Do not forget today, we need your help, your little part in bringing happiness to all the world. And heaven looks to you in confidence that you will try today. Share then its surety, for it is yours. Be vigilant. Do not forget today. Throughout the day, do not forget your goal. Repeat today's idea as frequently as possible. And understand each time you do so, someone hears the voice of hope, the stirring of the truth within his mind, the gentle rustling of the wings of peace. Your acknowledgement, you are one self, united with your Father, is a call to all the world to be at one with you. To everyone you meet today, be sure to give the promise of today's idea and tell him this: you are one self with me, united with our Creator in this self. I honor you because of what I am and what He is, who loves us both as one. And that's it. That is our lesson for today. A Course in Miracles workbook lesson number 95. And this reminds me of when I first read A Course in Miracles. I read the whole book front to back. It took me a few years. I had little ones. When I first started reading A Course in Miracles, I was pregnant. And I had a 1.5-year-old running around the house, and I was a new mom, of course, and working, and trying to figure everything out, and trying to understand what this world is, and why am I here, and all of the things that go through our minds. And I read the whole book from front to back, all of the lessons, and the manual for teachers in the back, which, by the way, was my favorite part. And after I read it, I thought, this is awesome. This is a great piece of information, and now I'm going to create such an amazing life because I know it. I know what I need to know to create this amazing life. And I put the book down thinking, I read that book, now I'm on to the next book or whatever comes next. And the further I got away from doing A Course in Miracles, reading my workbook lessons, reading the text, reading the manual for teacher, all of a sudden my life started going in a not so great way. And I started making decisions and choosing things from a place of fear and not from love. And I would find myself saying, what is wrong with your brain? Why are you not choosing love? You know better than this. You read this book. You know what to do. Why are you not doing it? And the truth is, I needed to practice it. I needed to keep practicing it. The further I got away from reading it and from doing it and from incorporating it into my daily life, the more my life fell right off that track. And that is honestly when I decided to start facilitating A Course in Miracles, because I knew that if I facilitated a study group, it would hold me accountable for doing the work. And that was 25 years ago, so I've been doing the work ever since, and it's really held me accountable, and it's really changed my life in amazing ways. Has just really helped me to really incorporate the lessons and to use them every day when I'm facing those confrontations that all of a sudden create that fear in us, and it brings us back to, okay, what do I do now? What does A Course in Miracles say I should do now, and how should I look on this? And the more you do the work, the more it just becomes an automatic response. So that's my story about how I started facilitating and why I started facilitating A Course in Miracles. And it's great to have all of you here with me this morning and joining me in this journey. So welcome, and great to see you here. Hi, honey. Nice to see you watching here this morning. Good morning, Terry. Good to see you too. Hey, Carl. Great to see you. And Mark and Colette is on this morning. Great to see you here too. Hey, Claire. Nice to see you here. Hey, Joe. Good to see you here this morning. Happy Friday. Yeah, Mark. Happy Friday to you too. And yeah, it's such a great day, right? Hi, Pam. Good to see you here. Hey, Marcella. Good to see you. Good morning, early ACIM birds. Yes, early birds. Speaking of which, I'm actually going to be out in LA next week, so there's going to be a little bit of a schedule change in when I'll be doing A Course in Miracles. But as usual, I will post it in our study group that we have. I'll post every day when I'll be on the live feed, and you can always catch the replays throughout the day. Good morning, everyone. Another great week and another great weekend about to begin, right, honey? I know. Hi, Sissy. She's driving to work again. I love to see your name pop up on the live feed. It's always great to see you here. Hey, Jim. Good to see you. Hey, Stacy. Nice to see you here. Hey, Francine, you made it. Yay. Francine didn't think she was going to be able to make it this morning. I see she's here on the live feed, too. Good morning, Barb. Wow, lots of people here on a Friday. Woohoo! Hey, Alberto, good to see you. Beverly's here this morning. Nice. Yeah, hey, Cindy's waving to Francine. Good morning. Hey Bonnie, good to see you here. A few days missed it. You're finally on time. Nice to see you here, Alberto. Right, Vera. Frequent reminders. Programming is needed. I am oneself and united with the one. Yes, exactly. Exactly. It is a great lesson, Terry. I agree with you. Really, such a good lesson, right, Cindy? Hey, Carrie. Sending you lots of hearts back, too. Yeah, I know, Claire, and that's what happens, right? Because even though we learn these lessons and we practice them every day, life doesn't stop happening. All of the drama keeps coming in on this end, so we really need something on the other end to balance us and pull us back to our center. So yeah, that's how it works. That's how it worked for me, anyways. Um, Yes, nice. It's a pleasure to see you here too, Abdallah. Nice to see you here this morning. And I will be back again tomorrow morning with our next live A Course in Miracles workbook lesson for tomorrow. So thanks again for joining me here, guys. And as always, I welcome you to join our private Facebook group where we dive deeper and I post all of these lessons so you can read them throughout the day. All right, guys, have a great day and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.